All right, let's do this one. I'm so ready to be over with this lecture because I'm just tired. My back is sore. Um, Kevin took 3 hours to cover 2/3 of his journey. He covered the remaining 120 kilometers in 2 hours. Okay, so let's draw the picture. 3 hours, he covered 2/3 of his journey. The remaining 120 kilometers, which the problem didn't tell us this, but we can just write this down. The last 1/3 of his journey, he covered it in 2 hours. What is his average speed for the whole trip? Well, speed is distance over time. We know exactly how long he traveled, which was 5 hours. So the time is 5 hours. We know that. Speed is distance over time. This is equal to something over 5 hours. Okay. Well, if 1/3 of his trip is 120, then 2/3 of his trip is 240. Right? Because this is 1/3 and 2/3 is just twice that. 2/3. Okay. So his whole trip took 360. Right? Because he went 240 and another 120, and that's 360. So we just got to figure out. Actually, we have the equation for speed. Speed is distance over time. Here's the distance, here's the time. So 360 divided by 5. 60, 71? No, no. 71 would not be. It'd be 255, 355. All right, it's 72. Like I said, I'm going to let you use a calculator from now on. So, the answer is 72 kilometers per hour. That one was pretty easy. All right, let's do this last one. The last problem. A motorist took 4 hours to travel from town A to town B. All right, so we went 4 hours. His average speed for the whole trip was 60 kilometers per hour. All right, 60 kilometers per hour. The first 4/5 of his trip traveled was an average speed of 64 kilometers per hour. Okay, so the first 4/5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So this first bunch of his trip, he went at 64 kilometers per hour. And what is the last bit of his trip? How fast did he go? I would say that his answer is it's going to be significantly less than 64. In fact, it's going to be even less than 60 because he was going 64 for such a long time. And then in the last 1/5 of his trip, he only went, he had to go much slower in order for it to average out. So how far is each of these segments? Okay. Let's figure out the entire length of the thing. And we can get that answer straight from here. I'm not even really going to write down all of the steps or explain all of them. I'm just going to write down 4 hours times my fraction 60 km over 1h. 4 times 2, that's 240. All right, I know that. This whole trip is 240. What is 1/5 of that trip? Well, 1/5 of that trip is, like, if the whole trip is 240, if I want to figure out what 1/5 of it is, I just multiply 240 times 1/5, or divide 240 by 5. 240 divided by 5 is let's see, 48. So this length is 48. What is this length? Well, this length is 48, and that's only 1/5 of it. This is 4/5 of it, so I have to multiply that number by 4. So that would be, well, let's just do it slow. 8 times 4, 8, 16, 32. 4 times 4 is 16, plus another 3 is 19. So 192. All right. So can I erase some of this? Yeah, let's put all that information in. So this is 192 kilometers, and this is 48 kilometers, to give a total of 240 kilometers altogether. We figured all that out. All right. How long did this part take? Okay. Well, if he was going 192 kilometers and he wanted to go 64 kilometers per hour, I'm going to put the km on the bottom, because that km will cancel out with that km, and I get 192 divided by 64, which is, all right, well, what is 192 divided by 64? I feel like that's 3. What is 64 times 3? That would be 12, 18 plus another. Oh, hey, that's perfectly 3. So this is 3 hours. So this first leg of the trip took 3 hours to do. This last leg of the trip took 1 hour to do. How did I get 1 hour so quickly? Well, I know the whole trip took 4 hours, so the first leg took 3 hours, and the last leg took 1 hour. The leftover part took 1 hour. And how far did he have to go? Well, he went 48 miles, or kilometers. So he went 48 kilometers in 1 hour, which means he was traveling at a speed of 48 kilometers per hour. That's how you do it. Again, these are getting pretty hard for a 6th grader. But they're super important, because these are the types of problems that you're going to see a lot of on standardized tests and in physics and chemistry and all of this kind of stuff that you think is important to you. So this is how you solve them. All right. Love you.